Michael Burry says the AI trade has become a bubble. He argues that hyperscalers are overstating earnings. Micron remains a capital-destroying cyclical stock, and history suggests another major downturn is coming. But the bulls have a powerful counter-argument. Micron just reported revenue up 346%, gross margins above 84%, free cash flow surged, and AI memory is reportedly sold out through 2028. Then there's the options market. Volatility is extremely expensive with over 100% IV in many options expirations and pretty high IV rank as well at 91.5 right now. So has AI permanently changed Micron's business, or is this just another cycle before the next crash? Let's check it out on this edition of Options Math Check. So I think Micron is interesting. It's been flying around. I don't remember the last time we've looked at Micron pre-market where it was just like flat. I feel like there's always pre-market flow in this thing. Closed at 975. It's trading at 1,010 right now, pre-market. And again, 100% IV all the way through November of this year. And even then, you're still looking at 97% across the board through next year. The first 80 print is December of 2027. So the market is telling us we should expect a ton of movement here. You've got a 125-point implied move for this week. So looking at the implied volatility, I mean, it's crazy. And you're going to have call skew in here for the foreseeable future until it stops chopping around and moving big to the upside. But what do you think? Do you think this is the next big tech stock that is a $2 trillion company? Or you think this kind of falls to the wayside?
I mean, I think it's lining up that way. And again, we trade so many things. I haven't dove into their business, specifically what they do, but I think this is one of those situations where we talk about just trading price action, and the price action suggests that this stock is just breaking new ground in some way, shape, or form. I mean, we've seen the moves more recently. It's been amazing to watch. Speaking of, I actually put on another called Butterfly in a name like this last week. Same thing with SanDisk again. I'm trying them again just to see what happens. And it's because of the expected moves that I feel like I can try these things and possibly get away with making some money in them. It does seem like we talk about it as much as we did NVIDIA a couple of years ago. We don't talk about NVIDIA the same way. It seems like we talk about Micron of all the names. I mean, even AMD's moving around a lot, but we don't talk about it as much. Micron's been the name. And when you're the name, I think it's the one that a lot of people are trading, and it has the most liquidity. And like you said, the expected moves just kind of give you an idea of the volatility in this name. It's very high. So yeah, I'm starting to think so. And again, one of the things I do like about big holidays is you get to move around a little bit and see the country and see some different things that you might not see in your everyday life. And seeing that data center was like eye-opening, man. I'm telling you, I was like, wow. I've seen pictures. I know that these exist, but the amount of cranes, Mike, and the amount of just machinery, it was a lot. And that speaks to everything that we're seeing day in, day out in trading. That explains why these names are moving the way they are.
Yeah, I think the big thing for Micron is the forecast of sales. I think sold out through 2028 is kind of crazy. And I think that for me is the staying power. Like if it was just hype and nothing behind it, if they didn't have a business model that could sustain this, then I think you would see much more you'd see much more realized volatility. You'd see a lot more of this kind of straight up chart and then crash down. But I think it can hold here, especially this day and age. $1 trillion is whatever, apparently.
Yeah.
So it's interesting though, because if you think this will be, the next Microsoft or Google type company in terms of market cap, you're looking at a $2,500 price point, at least right now, unless they do a stock split. So still plenty of room to run if you think that this is going to be the next big tech stock that is Mag 7 worthy. But if not, you've got plenty of implied volatility as well that you can structure new trade ideas and things like that. But this is $1,000 stock. We're kind of locked into these butterflies and calendar spreads. That's basically how we're trading it, unless you wanted to do like near-term credit spreads. But I like the butterflies and the calendar spreads in here. I think they're a great risk reward, especially for mid to small size accounts. The butterflies, namely,
Mm-hmm.
because you can get the 4-day butterflies, the 7-day butterflies, the 11-day butterflies that are still pretty cheap because implied volatility is so high. And if you get the timing right, they can be really nice reward relative to risk.
And you can use those expected moves for you in your favor. You know, I mean, normally you wouldn't be able to make a bet for something to move $100+ where it's from right now. And the fact that you can, and who knows, it might even exceed that move, right? Like it's, I think it is beneficial to be able to play them with those spreads. It's pretty hard to do. And this is not one where you're just doing straight out. Hell, you're not even selling puts in most of these because it's really it's rather expensive at times. So I think you got to take advantage of those spreads to be able to do it. But I mean, look, Micron's number 11 in the S&P 500 right now. It's not that far away, and it's been really fast. The rise here over the last couple of years. If you blinked, you missed it. But it's here now, and it's not that far away from possibly jumping into the top 5.
Yeah, it's wild. But yeah, I have an iron condor on in here from earnings last time. This is an iron condor that we wrapped around a butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's working out nicely here, but this is just an example of how far away you can get. 800, 1300 are the short strikes. And then I went defined risk 20 points wide. You could do 10 points wide. You can do whatever fits your risk tolerance, but you're going to pick up a couple $100 for even a 500 point wide range here, which is pretty crazy.
It's a nice thing. Yeah, no. I mean, we even were able to withstand the move last week, I should say. I mean, major move down, and we're still outside of the expected move.
Yeah,
gotta love that.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see how this thing behaves this week. Again, up about 30 points pre-market here after closing at 975, jumping back up above 1,000, and just really quickly looking at some skew. If you look at the 11-day and you go 200 points out of the money to the 800 and then up to the 1,200, you're actually seeing a little bit of put skew here, at least right now, which is kind of interesting.
No, I think so. I think that kind of happened late last week. I mean, these names got hit, like on Friday. And again, it was another time where even though a lot of them got hit, and, there's Micron, the whole AI trade. I mean, I saw NBIS, BE, all those names are getting hit, but it wasn't like the market crash. And I think that's what a lot of people have been calling for. Maybe that's what Burry is calling for, right? The fall in these stocks and some crash, if you will, in the market. But I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen at least the worries of that yet. Sure, this is a crowded trade, but when we've seen some of the exit in this crowded trade, it's been rolling over to the Walmarts and the Costcos of the world, the Lillys of the world. We've seen some bullishness in healthcare more recently. So I think that's a good sign, as long as we're not seeing a crash when these names get dumped.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we'll take a look when the market opens here, but I think the MO here is going to be butterflies to the upside or downside. I've got this iron condor, so I'm just going to still use this iron condor. There's still $400 of extrinsic value to decay, so that helps me if I keep that iron condor on and I throw on like a butterfly that's within the short strikes. Mm-hmm. It'll hedge a lot of that upside risk. Same thing to the downside if you wanted to play both sides here, but I think that's what I would do, considering I have the existing position. But I like the neutral positions here in any of these expirations, just because you have 100% IV, you can do literally whatever you want.
Yeah, and in addition to the iron condor you mentioned that we have on, like I said, I put on a call butterfly once again. I've done this a couple of times when the name has fallen. This time it's moved a little bit further, but I got the 1,100, 1,200, 1,300 call butterfly on. If I win on that this week, along with the iron condor, I'm happy, dude. I'm ecstatic.
Yeah,
take it.
As you should. And yeah, even in this 4-day cycle, you can still see 1,100, 1,200, 1,300 is trading for what, $800 for 100 point wide. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's craziness. But yeah, that's the math check. Looking at Micron,